Welcome back to Mr. Jeffrey's Algebra 2. We are doing mask optional at our school now, so this is the mask I decided to wear because it's a mask and it's kind of optionally covering part of my face. All right, so here's our polynomial. Standard form. So the highest goes first, so this goes 5x to the third plus 4x squared minus 3x. Okay, now, like all practice tests beforehand, I've actually put how much each section is. Actually, this whole question is worth 19 points. Yeah, there's a lot of points on this, but some of this is actually really easy to get. Okay, so the degree, well, the highest exponent is 3. Number of terms, we have 3 terms, so this is a trinomial. Okay, now, to know if this is even or odd, well, we look at our degree. It's 3, so this would be odd. Okay, yes, you actually do get 2 points for writing even or odd. LC being positive or negative. Here's our leading coefficient. This actually happens to be positive. You could either write this or do a plus or minus sign. Those are also 2 points. Now, yes, our definitions will be up here on the board as what this is supposed to look like. So degree of odd, LC is positive, so this goes to negative infinity as x goes to negative infinity, and then the right side of the graph goes to positive infinity as x goes to positive infinity. And that's kind of it, okay? Now, considering that this stuff right here is on the board as you take this test, hopefully you can know the difference between an even number and an odd number of a degree, and if a number is positive or negative. So, down. Do a little side dance for all my subscribers. We're up to like 52, killing it. I'm going to be able to never teach again. I'll just be able to make these videos for the rest of my life. Yes, we're about to get to number 2. Has everybody got number 1? I'm getting a thumbs up. I'm getting other fingers from other people. Yes. Why didn't I put the X after the 3? I was just lazy. That's all. I just took. Huh? Yeah. I can't hear. Okay. I really need to go get those hearing aids. All right. So, number 2. All right. Standard form of function. All right. There's only 2 terms in this, so you got a 50-50 chance of getting this one right. All right. This would actually 2x to the 4th plus 10. That's actually the standard form because it goes to the highest exponent to the lowest exponent. All right. If they have, like, if you had like x to the 4th plus 3x to the 4th, you would combine those and it'd be 4x to the 4th. Yeah, but we don't have one of those in that, but that's a good question. All right, so our degree would be 4. We have 2 terms, so this is a binomial. Bi meaning 2, nomial meaning terms. Okay, is the degree even or odd? This one would be even. Is this positive or negative? This would be positive. Okay. All right, so even and positive, this goes to positive infinity as x goes to negative infinity. And this goes to positive infinity as this goes to positive infinity. Because this graph looks something like this, per se. I don't know. I would never want to have to graph this on a grid. We have too many digital online devices and stuff to do this. We have too many websites to be able to do that. Okay. Now, what's funny, I actually had another Algebra 2 teacher. They were asking about stuff because we have this week and we have next week, and then we're out for fall break. So, technically, with this week at our school, it's homecoming week. Um, I'm not going to really get into some of the harder stuff that's of this chapter. I'm going to wait till after fall break, and the reason why is because nobody's going to really focus on it. Okay, I wouldn't want to do it if I was a teacher or a student. Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. Okay, so we'll hit that stuff when we come back from fall break. And apparently, I'm living in episode, the 8th season of Fixer Up edition, Jeffrey's edition, because apparently we're doing more stuff to the house because it's never done. Okay. All right. Number 3. Standard form. This would be 2x to the 7th. I don't put the f of x. You don't have to put the f of x there. There's no reason. Okay. Um, not for me. Now, other math teachers will probably like, you would need to do that. You're spoiling your students. I'm like, that's why my students love me. Now, the degree is 7. Number of terms, there's more than 3. Poly. Okay, poly means many. All right. How does cap see out of this thing? Okay. Now, the degree, is it even or odd? This would be odd again, and this one would be positive. Okay. So, degree odd, LC positive, so this goes to negative infinity, as this goes to negative infinity. And this goes to positive infinity as this goes to positive. Because this other teacher asked about this, and because they saw this morning, they're like, hey, I like that. I like the way this is kind of set up. I said, yes, because with these type of problems, you can actually answer multiple different things off of them. Instead of having one section of putting them in standard form, then another section of uh, degree and number of terms, and another section of what does it look like. Well, why can't we just have 4 questions with everything in there? And I like it. I'd rather get it all done at once. That's just me though. Potato, potato. Okay. You okay? Some of y'all are really wondering. They're like, this guy really needs better meds. You can't see my eyebrows today. All right. I know. So are we good with number 3? Yeah. Yeah. The degree and the number of terms, those are really that's like an algebra 1 thing. And if you ever need to, you can go back in Schoology and look at the days that's all that stuff is in there. Okay. And or you could do a Google search. Google's fun. All right. So, standard form. Now, this is how bad it is. I didn't even realize that I had made this to have 2 like terms in it until this morning. Okay. I think I was watching Friday Night Lights on the Netflix last night, and I just totally forgot what I was doing. But these 2 will combine, and I'm about to get in season 4 of Friday Night Lights, which is 4 and 5 is like my favorite seasons. Okay. All right. So you can actually combine these. We still have a 4th degree, or, some people say, oh, that's quartic. Okay. But I'll have more students write 4. Okay. And then number of terms, this would actually be a binomial. This is even. This is positive. And I will try to vary it up a little bit more, have more, some leading coefficients being negative. Y'all can see where my focus was last night. It was not on this. It was on Friday Night Lights. I think that's one of the best TV shows that's ever been written. Hang on. Yes. The LC is the leading coefficient, so it's this number that's with the highest exponent. So if 3 is positive, I say it's positive. If it happens to say like minus 3 x to the fourth, it would still be a negative right here. So that's how we'd know it'd be negative. It's focused around high school, but it's not just about high school, like high school football. So it covers a little bit of everything. I mean, and season 4 and 5 is, I think, a lot better than 1, 2, and 3. All right. So that's the front half of y'all's handout for your practice test. So we're moving to the back. All right. Yes, that was a Batman transition, even though I'm wearing Captain America. All right. So we're combining like terms. I had somebody in first and second block say, "Why did you give us 6 of these?" Because it's adding, subtracting. Okay. So there's no other p to the third. So I can just say minus p to the third. Now, this would actually have a leading coefficient that is negative. Okay. My squared terms, well, that's 5p squared plus 2p squared. And then just a minus 3, it just tags along. Okay. So, some people has to rewrite it, put them all together. Some people can just symbol them. Some people are going to highlight. Some people's got those cool pens with the clicks and the multiple different ink. Okay. So however you need to do it. Yeah, I don't think that I made very good copies, but I did. I really did. Well, actually, in numbering this, somehow I skipped number 14. Like it just does not exist on y'all's handout. It's awesome. All right, so now that people know what my real face looks like, they probably will unsubscribe. All right, so I'll try to make sure that things are a lot easier to see. One reason why this was kind of light to begin with is I just found problems online just so I didn't have to type them. Okay. Yeah, I was lazy. All right. So number 7, these are our two like terms. So let's see, 2 plus 5, this would be 7n cubed. And then my two constants is 6. So if I was really that person, I could actually make all these based off one question, like add, subtract, put it in standard form, what's the degree, well, is it odd or even? No, I'm not going to do that. Do you know how long that would take me, like the entire night to make that test? I would not want to do that. Okay. I, yeah, the giant watermark. It's okay. All right. So this time, remember, we're subtracting. So it's negative 3n squared minus 3n squared. So this would be negative 6n. I'm sorry, n cubed, not squared. Sorry. And then we have 4n minus 4n. Well, those cancel. So it's just negative 6n cubed. Okay. So just take your time with these. Use your symbols, use what works for you. Symbols, highlighters, color pencils. Your test will probably be on gray paper tomorrow, and then something bright for the at-home test. I think we all need sleep. I mean, I took such a nap yesterday that I thought it was like yesterday being Sunday. I thought when I woke up it was Wednesday. Like I totally lost like 2 days. So then 1 minus 4, this would be negative 3. Now, I'll probably trim this down to 4 problems tomorrow. Just because you technically already did this type stuff when we had our complex numbers test, when you had to add and subtract those things because it was the same difference. All right. And then last, let's see, we got to the 4th. That's a triangle. That's a triangle. So we have 3r to the 4th minus 1r to the 4th. Well, that's 2r to the 4th. Plus, or ka-chow, not ka-chow. So minus a negative becomes plus a positive. So this becomes 9r to the 3rd power. Okay. So yes, it really needs to be in standard form. I don't know. Just depends on how nice I'm feeling, but it really needs to be in standard form, especially if I put it in directions like that. Because if you were to take the ACT, those answers would be in standard form. Okay, so it's not all that bad. Could be worse. I think I need to start making my test harder. I don't have to. It'd be funny if I did. All right. Yeah. So are we good through 10? Probably helps a lot better if your paper was a better copy than what it had, but we learn, we live and learn. Mr. Jeffers will make it better next time. Yes. All right, for number 8, all right, my 4 n's right here. What is 4n minus 4n? Yeah, 0. So I don't have to write 0 in n right there because that would look like own. Or if it was an X, it would look like ox. Yeah, you don't have to write it. It's gone. All right. Now, number 11. This is where we can actually, there's a couple different ways, but I had a student point this out to me last week, and I kind of like it. That you don't have to cut the small one. You can actually cut the big one and do like triple distributive. And it actually works and puts all the like terms together already. So you don't have to do exactly what you just had beforehand. Okay. So when we do this, distribute 12n cubed minus 8n squared minus 12n squared plus 8n plus 30n minus 20. All right. So our like terms are kind of there all together. We don't have to rewrite it or anything. And this is kind of why I like doing it this way. I'm glad that student shared that with me. I like when I find the new way, and especially it seems easier and more students will understand. Remember, when you do these, you multiply the big numbers and you add the exponents. Okay. Huh? Okay. I thought I had a question. See, now I can see my eyebrows. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Somebody caught me that I forgot to put a term right there. See, it's right here. I just didn't write it right there. And see, those are also one of the reasons I try to make these like with 4 points. Like if you forget that, sometimes people will actually have it right here and then you'll forget to actually write it in the answer spot. So I'll actually look through your stuff, just try to find your answers in there. To try to give y'all as much credit as possible. Because sometimes it's just human error that you miss something. It's not, you don't understand the concepts. You just messed up a little bit. Some of y'all mess up a lot. Poor life choices. All right. Number 12. Had lots of questions at number 12, but they were all good questions. You only really distribute this 5 to this one right here. Okay. So we'd have 10x minus 5. And then double distributive. I think I have more people doing double distributive than the other methods, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think I'm still doing that right. All right, so we get 40x squared minus 10x minus 5. Yeah, you would only really do it to that first one. The only time that you'd ever distribute something to both sides of this is if there's a set of brackets or such, but we didn't have that. So let's try not to make the problem harder than it has to be. Excuse me. It's that awesome all beef hot dog I had. It's just mine tasted like a Slim Jim in a hot dog bun. It was unique to say the least. All right. How'd I get what? You got it? It's just magic. I just throw up numbers and, I just wave my wet magic wand and bibbity bibbity, bibbity boppity math. Nobody would question me. They're like, he's a sorcerer. He knows how to do imaginary numbers. All right. So, first thing, I'm going to do this part first. I'm going to say x and then plus 5 here. Whoa, I just totally just did the wrong thing. This is what I get for not paying attention. So, we multiply. X squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 30. All right, these combine. Now, you can write the 1 right there if you have to. That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to eat your face. I'm not going to yell at you if you write the 1 in front of the X right there. Remember, I can't eat your face for a couple of reasons. Number 1, my cholesterol's high. Number 2, my doctor says teenagers are greasy. Insert laughs accordingly. I think what's funnier is that how very few students laugh at these jokes. Like my son tells me that he laughs. He doesn't laugh at my jokes. He laughs at the fact that I think they're funny. Yeah, he's a very loving child. Yeah. You know him. Yeah. Yeah. That explains a lot probably now, doesn't it? Oh, that sounds bad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Hey, it's. I don't. I understand, but I don't. I see what both of you are saying, but I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not. Trust me. If I was in the tech department, we'd have more things working. I pretty much have a feeling I know exactly who you're talking about, and that's not the first time that's ever happened. Yeah. All right. So again, we'll probably have about 3 questions like this on the test tomorrow. The answer is down here. X cubed plus 6x squared minus 37x minus 210. Oh my goodness, if y'all don't stop with that paper version of the Tesseract, I'm going to put it up somebody's sinus cavity. How did you do yours? Did you split the x and the 7 and multiply it that way? Did you do double distributive instead of triple? Or did you do a chart? You don't know? She just did it. She got the right answer. Okay, we don't have to need to know how. We just move on. All right. So, synthetic division. We take this number, we do the opposite, and we put it in the timeout box. We look at our big numbers. This goes x squared, x to the first, no x's. So we don't have to add anything. So we write these numbers here. We draw a line in the sand or the paper. All right. Which makes me think, imagine if you were having to do school and you didn't have paper, but you had to write in sand and you're like working out this really long problem and all of a sudden the wind comes up and like messes up your problem. You're like, oh, okay. Anyways, so the first thing we do is drop down this 2. All right. And then now we have to multiply this timeout number by this number right here. So -2 times 2 is -4. Okay. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then -2 times 3, because we still have to do this number, we get -6, and we're left with 5. Now, this is where somebody was getting lost earlier, and I think it's kind of funny that, all right, we start with the x squared, so our answer should have one less, so this should be 2x plus 3. There's no more x's, so this is a remainder of 5. Okay. There is something moving over here. So yes, and this is the stuff we did on Friday. And remember, from Friday to Monday, y'all remember about 30% of what we did. So that's why I have a review. I got you. All right. So opposite of the timeout, or this number, put it in the timeout box. Let's see, this goes 3, 2, 1, none. So we're good. Drop this. So -3 times 1 is -3. 5 minus 3 is 2. -3 times 2 is -6. 11 minus 6 is 5. This times this is -15. And I end up with 0. All right. So when I'm writing this started to the third. So this would be x squared. You could write a 1. That's fine. Plus 2x plus 5. You can say remainder 0, or you could just leave it blank. Either one is fine. Okay, again, you can write the 1 in front of it or not, but remember, on standardized tests and math, probably outside of this classroom, you'll probably have to, not write the 1. Sorry. All right. We go with number 16. For those that are still awake on a rainy Monday, on pajama day, when our schedule's all messed up. All right. 17. Opposite timeout. This goes 3, 2, 1, none. So we're good here. Whoop. 1, 2, -2, -4, and 0. So we end up with x squared plus x minus 2. Yes. Yeah. I could show you in long division why this is like that, but I'm pretty sure most of us have like PTSD from doing long division from elementary school. It's kind of like that thing you see that you've never been at the kitchen table having your parent yell at you to do long division and it shows. Yeah. Yeah. It's always great. Yeah. I tell you what, I've learned some neat things to say when you're holding a flashlight for somebody. Now, this is the one that a lot of people did in the last class and they got it wrong. They got this part right. They got this part right. They got this part right. But they forgot something. Because this goes 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're supposed to have a constant right there. And I did those in the wrong color. That doesn't help for my color code recording. All right. Pew. So 4. 3 times 4 is 12. -3. 3 times -9. -5. So this starts to the third. Okay, yeah. So it's 4x squared minus 3x minus 5, remainder -15. All right. And that's it. So I want to thank my multitude of 50 plus subscribers. Don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit that bell, come back next time. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.